Hi, I'm Tim Gipson. I'm going to talk to you about how to cut molding. Now, the most basic thing we can use is something like this miter box and a back saw to cut the molding. And there's usually two things that we're doing, or a couple things that we're doing. We're either trying to cut outside corners, such as these two pieces are cut to form an outside corner. We could have two pieces that are set up to cut for an inside corner, or we might be setting up to cut outside corners as such as this when we lay this down for doing things like picture frames. So depending on your application, what we want to do in setting up this miter box, we use what we call a back saw. Slides into these slots, and these slots in the miter box are set up at 45 degrees. Because whenever we're doing corners are 90 degrees, so we cut that in half. That's 45 degrees. So if you cut two 45 degrees, you can end up with a perfect 90-degree angle when you match the molding up. So with the back saw, what it does is that it cuts on your forward motion. So you want to set your molding up so it's up against this fence, and you want to orient the 45 degree so that it's leaning this way if you want to do an outside corner, if you're putting it on a wall, or if you're doing like a picture frame, then you would lay it down. So whichever face you want your 45 degree, you either want it facing out or facing down. So in this case, we'll cut one so it's facing down. So as you can see, a miter box works very good for giving you a 45-degree corner. Now, if we're using larger pieces of molding that are a little more difficult to cut, then you might want to use a miter saw, which is a power saw, or a compound miter saw. That would make that much easier for cutting those. So I'm Tim Gipson, and that's how to cut molding.